Thank you for choosing this self-paced training program titled Service Managers University. Profitable service starts with a solid foundation. This training course is the first in a series of programs focusing on the profitable management of your service department. I'm Bill Kennard with Grandy & Associates, and I'll be leading us through our time together. Now, any good instructor has an assistant. Mine is Rachel. She'll be helping us navigate through the program today. Let's get started.
During this program, you will learn the 3 business enterprises that make up a profitable service department. Understand the foundation of a profitable service department. Learn the critical elements of running a profitable service department. Learn how to get your service technicians on board. And learn the traits required for a career technician of today. Let's take that a bit farther. It's like building a wall. You need to have several courses of blocks in order to get the wall as high as you want it. One course of blocks builds on the next one, and each course of blocks is dependent on the course that you laid below it. If you skip even one block along the way, the wall will be weakened. Our service department wall is built of several layers as well. The first course is made up of 3 key business enterprises within the service department. Those are demand service, maintenance work, and what we call profit smart activities. We'll dig into that a little bit later in this program. These are the base elements of the department, but the success of each of these is built by how we manage them. That means we need to get our entire team on the same page. This is the second course of blocks that consists of setting goals and motivating our technicians. Then, the success of all of these will be determined by the leadership of the department. Again, we'll spend more time going over each of these during this training module. But first, let's discuss overall service department profitability. Are you ready? Let's get started. First, the service department can and should be the most profitable department in your company. Many times, however, it isn't. Now, the reasons for this are few, but many company owners can come up with many different reasons. At the root cause, the reasons the service department isn't profitable fall into one of 2 categories. They are improper pricing of service labor rates and ineffective management. Let's think about it for a minute. We need to charge more for service, and yet many times we're still not profitable. It costs a lot to run a service department, especially when you compare it to what you need to charge for, say, installation or add-on or replacement type work. Take a look at this list. Why do you think the cost of running a service department is high compared to other departments within your company? Check all of those reasons that you think drive up the price of service work. When you're done, click Submit in the lower right-hand corner. The cost of running the service department is high compared to other departments. So how did you do on that last list? The rate we need to charge in our service department is higher due to a number of items, including cost of non-billable time is higher. There's more non-billable time in the service department compared to other departments. Consider the extra drive time, trips to the supply house, warranty work, callbacks, running callbacks of other departments. Something has to pay for all this time. Equipment replacement costs. The trucks tend to run harder than in the install department, and as a result, need to be replaced quicker. Something has to pay for this. Support staff is expensive. We need to have dispatchers to handle the service calls that come in. Maintenance work also needs to be scheduled, and sometimes that can be a challenge. Then, there's the customer no-shows and the service calls taking longer than expected. That tends to mess up the schedule. Someone in the office needs to reschedule calls and take care of the paperwork after the call is done. Something has to pay for this. Fuel and maintenance. Service technicians put on more miles than your typical install tech. As a result, more fuel is used. The oil needs to be changed more often. Tires need to be changed more often. Something has to pay for this. High cost of overhead. Think about what it costs to put a service truck on the road. Think about all the test equipment, the parts needed so you can send this rolling warehouse out to each and every customer's home, the training needed to keep up to date. and the cost of going to get those parts that you can't afford to stock on the truck. Something has to pay for this. Limited billable hours. Since there's more drive time between service calls, more of a challenge and more time required to figure out what's wrong, the occasional required trip to the supply house or back to the shop, bottom line is there's fewer billable hours that we can bill out each day. If there are fewer billable hours to bill, there's fewer hours to spread all those overhead costs across. Managing the service department shouldn't be all that tough. Many tend to have problems because it seems that there's just too many variables. For some, there's no systems to enable me to track the technician performance and reward those who are doing well. And for others, they just don't have an idea of what to track, and as a result, they don't have any key performance indicators to place and measure technicians' performance against. Okay, let's see if you've been paying attention. I've got one quick knowledge check question for you. The service department can and should be the most profitable department in your company. Many times it's not. What were the 2 reasons that we said causes this? Choose the answer and click Submit in the bottom right of the screen. Let's dig into this a bit deeper. Earlier I said that there were 3 different business enterprises that make up your service department. Whether you realize it or not, all 3 are in your company. You just may not intentionally be managing them, and you need to be intentional about all 3. A business enterprise is defined as the act of providing goods and services, and this includes the financial aspects of providing those goods and services. Again, there are 3 different business enterprises that make up your service department. They are demand service work, maintenance work, and profit smart activities. In order to move your service department to its fullest potential, you must be trained in each of these 3 enterprises to understand what correct performance actually looks like. This will allow you to set the expectation for your team and teach them how to be successful over and over until success becomes their habit. If you make this your mission, you can be assured that your service department will be the most profitable department of your company. Now let's find out how. Choose one of these areas to dig deeper.